With the anticipation and massive amount of hype surrounding GTA 6 and also the fear of it being delayed, it makes me really wonder what the perception of GTA 4 during the pre-release was like. How did people react to the game being delayed from 2007 to 2008? What did people think when the game got revealed at E3 2006, considering that whole thing is 6 feet under? Or what were their first impressions of Niko when we only saw him in Trailer 1? Well, I thought we'd look back at really old posts on the GTA forums associated with Grand Theft Auto 4, as the GTA forums was the most popular place to discuss anything Grand Theft Auto related at the time, to see what people thought of this game from the pre-release in 2006 to the full release in 2008. So first, I have to lay some context. After the critical and commercial success that was GTA San Andreas, with it being one of the most successful games in that generation and also the controversy adding to its glory, GTA fans were expecting something big, especially with the release of the Xbox 360 in 2005 and the upcoming PlayStation 3. And at E3 2006, GTA fans got what they wanted.
So what I'd like to show you is my new edition.
Now, the only things that were revealed were the release date of October 19th, 2007, which was the release date for a bit, the logo, and that Xbox was going to get exclusive expansions, which we now know were episodes from Liberty City. Even though there wasn't a trailer, people still expressed their excitement of a new Grand Theft Auto game for the next generation. This announcement was also a great reason to upgrade to an Xbox 360 or buy the upcoming PlayStation 3. A lot of people on the forums were discussing which console to purchase, especially since Xbox was going to get DLC early, though even then people still wanted that PS Triple. In fact, a lot of people expected the PS3 to be the better version, but when the game actually did come out, the Xbox 360 would have a higher resolution of 720p while the PS3 had 640p. The frame rates on the 360 version were also a bit smoother, but obviously these people wouldn't have known that. Now in retrospect, there are a lot of posts that really do not age well.
Dude, that is I cannot wait that long. For goodness sake, why is the game not remastered in advance? It's GTA not the
Of course, we know now that GTA 4 would get delayed to 2008 and Duke Nukem would release in 2011. I know they expressed wanting to save up for PS3 half a year before it launched, and when the PS3 did launch, it would have severe supply shortages to the point people were paying absurd prices on eBay and people were even getting shot in line for it. A user under the name Rocketman9mm, I think, commented, "Great, I guess that means April 2008 for the PC," which coincidentally, that was the same exact month and year GTA 4 released. Now this truly isn't relevant, but what in God's name is this Mario profile picture? Now there are 6 pages of people expressing their excitement for this game. It really shows just how much of an impact Vice City, San Andreas, and GTA 3 left on people. After this, Rockstar would give the historical silent treatment for nearly a year until March 2nd, 2007. Where they updated their website and showed a new current logo for GTA 4 and a countdown for the first trailer of the game. This would premiere on March 29th, 2007, so in about a month's time. At first, one person thought the website got hacked, and others were extremely excited because Rockstar had never done this for their previous games, and coming from the present, I'm pretty sure this is the only time they ever did this because of what actually ended up happening with this countdown. Though this is still definitely one of the best ways to unravel a trailer and create interest. I can sense some of the happiness from these comments, and after 27 days when March 29th, 2007 came, and the timer was nearing 0, people couldn't wait for this trailer to drop. But when the countdown finally ended, nobody could watch the trailer because Rockstar's servers were getting absolutely destroyed and the website had crashed. You couldn't load the website, there was way too much traffic, and these 2007 servers couldn't handle it. Now this obviously angered people because they had been anticipating this trailer for like a month, but eventually people were able to watch the trailer to see the first glimpse of GTA 4. The reaction was actually a bit polarizing. A lot of people were really excited considering graphically this was really impressive for 2007, considering it was also open world, but some were disappointed. One guy thought Niko, who didn't have a name at the time, was French and was disappointed just because of that. A lot of people were fairly a bit confused on what his background was at the time. A majority of people thought he was Russian, some thinking that he was Polish. Others didn't like it because it quote unquote looked the same as every other GTA game, which that isn't really shocking because of course games in the same franchise will look similar, or that the game was set in Liberty City again. Though some people were actually really happy about that. There were a lot of people who were incredibly excited from this trailer, while some others were a bit skeptical. It was only a few months later that we got trailer 2 at the end of June in 2007, which is pretty crazy in hindsight since GTA 6 trailer 2 came out 1.5 years later after the first trailer. But trailer 2 for GTA 4 specifically would be received much more positively as we got to see the cinematics and the AK-47, and the song that was used for this trailer was awesome. There was much more that was going on in this trailer than the first one, along with these cool flashing edits. Some people really didn't mess with the first trailer, but were sold on the game with the second trailer. And oh god, this comment aged really poorly, because a few months later, in August 2007, Take-Two would announce GTA 4 would be getting delayed from the fourth quarter of fiscal year 2007 to the second quarter of 2008, which we now know this game was delayed by 7 months. The reason for this delay was because the game needed more polishing, along with Rockstar mostly having technical difficulties with the PS3. This also meant the game wouldn't compete with Halo 3, which at the time had a chokehold around the gaming industry, but of course today, Halo is complete dogshit. Obviously, people on the GTA forums weren't happy. In fact, a lot of people were pissed off. Some were in denial, and others were having a mental breakdown or considering doing a suicide pact, which unfortunately all this stuff reminds me of something. For some, this would be the longest 6 months. Now, there's 40 pages of comments under the delay announcement, so at the time, the entire GTA forums were definitely in despair. A few months later, on December 7th of 2007, we would get trailer 3. Personally, this is my favorite GTA 4 trailer. The music is awesome and features a lot of intense in-game footage. It displays a lot of the qualities of GTA 4 that are talked about today. The game also looks marginally better in trailer 3 than the previous trailers, and even the people back then had the same sentiment of it looking much more improved. The delay pissed a lot of people off, but this trailer made everybody hyped again. Now, I found this user talking about the destruction physics, but I want to point out, he has a GTA 6 profile picture and he joined the forums in 2005. Hypothetically, let's say he was like 15 when he joined the forums, he would be 36 years old when GTA 6 drops, if it does this year, which is pretty mind-boggling. Rockstar was virtually quiet until March 28th when Trailer 4 had a set release time, which the same user that I was talking about was on the forums before Trailer 4 was about to release, reminiscing about Trailer 1's countdown and the server issues earlier. This man is a Vietnam veteran in terms of Grand Theft Auto trailers. In fact, other users were considering the possibility of Rockstar's servers crashing. Like the last two trailers, people were losing their shit once this trailer dropped, though this trailer was only 1 minute as it seems Rockstar wanted to surprise people with the actual game, which was releasing in a month. There's a user being curious about the euphoria physics, which was prominent in this trailer with Nico shooting a guy, and that guy falling down the stairs, and Nico flying from an explosion like he's Wee Man from Jackass. Now quickly moving on, I stumbled upon an old post linking the GTA 4 intro half a month before its release, and of course Take-Two took it down and neutralized this video. I thought this notice thing would be like evaporated from YouTube, but it's still here after like 18 years. Now on April 29th, 2008, GTA 4 would release worldwide, with multiple gaming publications giving it incredibly favorable reviews. Now I found a post talking about the PS3 version running not that smooth, which the PS3 version has a much more inconsistent frame rate than the 360 because it turns out the 360 version was the lead version and they later just ported that to the PS3. This is a clip from a former Rockstar employee talking about this.
Microsoft had made a big step for the 360 where they kind of focused on the tools more than on the hardware. So it was way more difficult to work on the PlayStation 3 than the 360. So we swapped there, and so the 360 became the lead platform, and the PS3 was kind of behind. And there was a whole team of, not a whole team, but like 4 or 5 programmers that were just taking the game code that run perfectly fine on the 360 and then try to squeeze it in the PS3.
But I love how in 2008, people really didn't care and couldn't tell the difference and were confused by this guy's post. I think this is mostly because people weren't really knowledgeable about frame rate at the time. Now there's quite a few people that think people back in 2008 hated GTA 4, but in actual reality, a lot of people love this game. Sure, there were some apes that hated it for controls are shocking, but from what I've seen on the forums, it was mostly positive. Here's another post called I'm crap at driving, where this guy was looking for advice on how to drive, which this really brought me back to being a kid and wondering why my Honda Civic in GTA 4 isn't handling like a Lamborghini. And the people here actually give really good advice. Now I found this GTA 4 hate post, let's give this a read. GTA 4 sucks. And look at these comments, goodbye moron, thanks for the contribution. Now there also were people complaining about GTA 4's driving at the time, but I also found a lot more people liking it. In fact, a majority of people were praising it on the forums, one even saying that it was the best in any GTA game. Surprisingly enough, I found a lot of people on the forums also discussing about the multiplayer, which is pretty cool considering today nobody really talks about it now. Here's a post asking about Nico's gloves from the trailer, which unfortunately we know now that was removed from the full release. But how about we check months later after everybody beat the game? Well, I found a thread where people were discussing what ending made the most sense logically and talking about what Nico would have actually chosen to do. This is actually pretty interesting, and oh my God, it's the same guy with the Mario profile picture from early in the video. So that's it for this one. It was incredibly interesting looking at these posts from 2008 about GTA 4. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you're especially interested in me making this a series, and it's been Trojan, and I'll see you in the next one.